Gaano karaming illegal immigrants ang nasa US ngayon? Para po sa mga bagong manonood, marami din pong mga Pilipino na hindi pa umuwi ng Pilipinas at nag-overstay na dito sa Amerika. Ano po ba ang mangyayari kapag sila ay nahuli?
You're in the country illegally, you're not off the table. It's not okay to be in this country illegally. You enter the country illegally, which is a crime. You've been ordered removed by a judge. You got a problem. Public sector has some great technology. You're like, we're cops, right? We're not. The public sector has some really talented people who have a lot of sophisticated programs so we can find people. So we contract a lot of this work out.
Magandang araw sa inyong lahat. Ako si Jocelyn at ngayon ay pag-uusapan natin ang illegal immigration dito sa Amerika. Naghahanda na po ang ICE Director na si Tom Homan para ipa-deport ang 11 million na illegal immigrants na nakatira ngayon sa Amerika. Pakinggan natin ang babala ng bagong ICE Director na mag-i-implement ng mass deportation sa mga illegal immigrants dito sa Amerika.
You can come to the greatest nation on earth, but you got to do it legally. Anybody wants a visa, they get through this vetting process, and if you get some derogatory information, you're not getting a visa. Anybody who's walking around this country that's a footprint of some kind, digital footprint. You know, whether it's a mortgage, a car payment, you're paying an electric bill, or your facial recognition was seen at an airport or a bus station. A lot of these cities have cameras everywhere, like New York City, and so there's a lot of technology where, you know, license plate readers. There's just so much out there. Everybody has a footprint. It amazes me how much of a footprint I have. Right? One of these technology companies came back and said, "Okay, here's what we know about you," and it's amazing the information they had. And so we're going to use the finest technology in the world to find these people because it's important. We need to find them, and we're hoping for help from the American people too.
Well, I believe what they want to do, rather than just let them run free within the country with no way of tracking them down or contacting them, this works very well for us when we release people from custody. We don't have to worry about them skipping bail or anything like that. And basically, it's a GPS monitor that anyone that is hooked up to that site, that software, can monitor where the people are. We can be alerted when they cut the GPS device off, and it's basically it's a very convenient and easy way to monitor people that we want to monitor.
Mag-ingat ang mga illegal immigrants na nasa Amerika. Ito po ang babala.
This operation President Trump wants to do and that we're going to do, successful as our targeting is. We need to find these people. So I've been meeting with these tech companies the last couple of weeks, find out what's the latest and brightest technology available. So we're already working on that plan. We'll find many of them, but I'll be honest, we're not going to find all of them.
Napakalaki po kasi ang natatanggap na benepisyo or mga benefits ng mga migrants, lalong-lalo na sa iba-ibang parte ng Amerika. For example, sa New York City, 6.4 billion po ang naggastos nila para lang sa mga illegal immigrants.
Have been wasting taxpayers' money for far too long.
Minsan, demanding din po ang mga migrants na ito. Tingnan po natin ang isang video na ito.
The camp as a collective came up with a list of demands.
Which comes with, 3 square meals a day. You can cook your own if you'd like to.
That is one of the main demands by these migrants who have had their grievances in the past about the food provided by the city.
There have been so many complaints about the food being spoiled or not being enough and malnutrition amongst children. They're not receiving any kind of official housing or immigration document support, which is incredibly necessary for them to be able to navigate the bureaucracy around these systems.
So, dalawang klase po ang illegal immigrant. Ang illegal immigrant na pumasok sa Amerika na walang inspection. Ito po yung mga tumatawid sa mga borders. Pangalawang klase ng illegal immigration ay ito po yung mga pumasok sa Amerika pero nag-overstay ng kanilang visa. Lalong-lalo na po dun sa mga may hawak ng non-immigrant visa for a specific purpose. Pero sa mga naghintay at nagbayad at nag-provide ng mga documents at mga financial support, hindi po fair ang system kung inaalaw ng US government ang mga illegal immigrants na pumasok sa Amerika nang walang dokumento. Meron po kasing natatanggap na mga benefits din ang mga illegal immigrants na nasa Amerika. So ito pong example na ito sa New York City po ay nakakatanggap ang mga migrants ng $350 per week. At meron po silang tinatawag na prepaid debit card program. So totoo po ito. So marami pong nagagalit na mga legal immigrants dahil hindi po sila makakuha ng ganitong benefit na debit card. Pero sa mga illegal immigrants po, meron po silang $350 per week.
The city began giving out 3,000 debit cards to roughly 900 migrant families in March. The cards, worth up to $350 per week, were designed to only be used for essential items like food and baby supplies.
Bukod sa mga debit cards ay meron din pong one-time $4,000 na binibigay sa mga migrants sa New York City.
A shelter is an emergency solution that is intended for the short term. It is important that that short-term solution is safe and healthy, and that we are providing families with an opportunity to get back on their feet.
The New York City Department of Homeless Services is offering up to $4,000 to migrant families with children and pregnant women who are currently residing in a city shelter. It's called the Asylee Move Out Assistance Program, a pilot program that began last December, helping asylum seekers transition from a shelter to permanent housing. So far, 150 families have benefited from the program.
We've done 150 families starting about 7 months ago. I think we have had one person from a family come back. So that is, in my mind, a very strong success rate thus far.
The one-time grant is modeled after the enhanced one-shot deal program for those in the traditional homeless shelters, only to be used for first and last month's rent, security deposits, moving expenses, and household supplies.
It really is for documented expenses related to permanent housing. So that could be first and last month's rent. It could be moving expenses, household supplies, things that somebody who is brand new to the country, brand new to permanent housing might not have. But the shelter providers are really looking at documentation.
The money is coming from DHS' existing budget. Since the program is only a pilot, it is not offered at every migrant shelter, but only at 62 sites for now.
It makes financial sense because shelter is very expensive, and this is a targeted one-time payment.
It would be a great support to be able to have our own space, to be able to socialize directly with our families. The children suffer the most being bounced around, just no stability.
The Trump administration says it will first focus on removing criminal illegal immigrants and national security threats. The president-elect signaled he would declare a national emergency and use the military to help carry out these deportations and secure the border.
Kaya lang meron pa rin pong mag-oppose sa pagkakaroon ng mass deportation. Ito po ay mga mayor or governor sa mga places na tinatawag na sanctuary cities. Ito po yung mga nagpo-protect sa mga illegal immigrants.
I cannot believe as an elected mayor or elected governor, you do not want public safety threats out of your community? Well, if you don't, just get out of the way because ICE will do it for you. If you don't let me in your jail and you release this guy, the bad guy, we're going to go into a neighborhood and find him with a whole team of people, and we're probably going to find others that weren't even on our radar, and they're going to go too. I've given warning. Do not impede us. Do not knowingly harbor and conceal an illegal alien from ICE authorities because that is a crime. And we'll prosecute those crimes. Well, look, open borders are not humane. The only thing on that border right now that is humane are the men and women wearing that green uniform. They save thousands of lives every year. The open border policies are killing aliens at record numbers, killing Americans at record numbers, and we're going to put a stop to it. We're going to secure the border. As far as sanctuary cities, I find it hard to believe that any mayor or governor wants to push back on ICE because the president's been very clear. Right out of the gate, we're going to concentrate on public safety threats and national security threats. What elected official wants to tell his constituency, I'm okay with public safety threats in my community. I don't want ICE's help to remove these public safety threats. That's their number one responsibility, is the safety and security of the public of their communities. If they don't want to do it, ICE is going to do it. And with all the death threats and all the negative press right now, they can keep screaming all they want. ICE is going to do this job. I'm going to do this job. We're going to make these communities safer, and we're going to enforce the law. And if they don't want to help, instead decide don't help, fine, don't help. But don't get in our way. And I've said this for the past week over and over again. Do not harbor and conceal an illegal alien, knowingly harbor and conceal an illegal alien from us because it's a crime. Don't impede us because it's a crime. Don't obstruct because it's a crime. If you want to sit aside and let us do your job of securing the communities, fine, we'll do that. But don't cross that line.
We have a law on the books in the state of Illinois called the Trust Act, which prohibits our local law enforcement and sheriffs and the like from coordinating with the federal authorities.
With mayors like Mike Johnston from Denver saying they're prepared for the worst and will defend their communities.
Salamat po sa pagsubaybay sa aking YouTube channel. At kung meron po kayong katanungan or komento, i-post lang po sa comments section below. Salamat po sa lahat. I hope everyone is staying safe and have a great day.